Thanks, Adam. Adam Wisniewski is here from Breakfast, Life, and Dinner to help us get some confidence in the kitchen.
That's
Good morning,
right.
sir.
Good morning. I like your hat.
Oh, I like yours.
Thank you very much.
So we got some healthy foods here.
We're going to talk about healthy snacking. And, just to be clear, I am not a nutritionist. I'm not a registered dietitian or a doctor, but I can read a website and I can compare labels.
Okay.
And, there's lots of things that come up in standard diet plans and, whatever health journey that you are on, and I'm on my own. You can take a look and see what it is, during the afternoon, you crave a little something. What do you reach for?
Very good.
Right?
So what do we reach for?
So we know what we should be reaching for, right? This is, everybody says if your great-grandmother didn't serve it for dinner, you probably shouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
But I also heard this great thing where if you've seen an ad for it, you probably shouldn't eat it, right? Because they don't advertise carrots.
They really don't.
There's no profit margin in carrots, but there's profit margin in delivery pizza. There's profit margin in, shakes and powders and snacks.
It's true.
Right?
It's all a conspiracy.
Right.
We've been duped.
So, what you should be eating is fruits and vegetables. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to compare some of those. So here's a general rule of thumb, is if you can choose between a fruit that you eat the skin of or a fruit that you don't, take the one with the skin, because the skin's got more fiber. So blueberries, plums versus mangoes and bananas. It's all fruit, it's all good, healthy, simple sugars, but you're going to get more fiber from something like an apple.
So like an apple. Okay,
right.
So pick the apple.
So pick the apple. But then, when if maybe it's more convenient to carry around a little tub of applesauce, or you can get a juice in the morning. But each time that you move down this line of processing, you're taking stuff out. So the apple sauce lacks the skin, so it's a little less fiber. And then the apple juice lacks the fiber from the whole thing and just becomes essentially sugar water.
So I think I see where you're going with this. We're going to find a way to make healthy snacks without taking all of the healthy things out of them.
We want to, as close to natural as possible. And that's pretty much the rule of thumb, is as close to natural as possible.
Okay.
You can cook it, you can season it, you can, but you want to keep the foods simple. Single ingredients or 3 ingredients on a label, whatever. But so
that
now,
makes sense.
So here is, and then we get carried away. Calories accumulate very quickly. So we got a little exercise here. If you're gonna sit down and you're watching TV,
sure,
and you're eating peanuts, you might take a handful or two. So if you're sitting there, how many peanuts might you eat in a sitting? Right. So just take.
If I was to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
probably a couple of handfuls.
A couple handfuls. So you're going to eat away and so the portion that the government recommends is a single ounce, right?
Ouch.
And so what happens is in this single portion here, there's 160 to 180 calories. Most of it comes from fat, because they're nuts.
Oh, nuts.
And how long do you think it might take you to walk off 180 calories?
That would take at least half an hour, probably.
So walking about an hour, jogging about a half an hour. So if you eat this much, you got half an hour on the treadmill. If you
I don't even want to know.
Right. So because we could find out, right? Because you can get a little bit of a scale. So you just in random. So you had 3 times as many servings as what they recommend. So you would spend an hour and a half to 3 hours on the treadmill for that one little snack, right?
Wow.
So it's something you want to stop and think about. So we're right back to the celery then, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let's eat the celery. I don't want any nuts anymore. This is.
So it's daunting. You don't want to have a second job trying to figure out what to eat. You just want to grab something and go, which is why the convenience processed foods are so good.
But we also don't want to eat raw vegetables and fruits all the time. So
we do, actually, but
yes, we do. But when we don't feel like it, hopefully you have a solution.
Yeah. So what we're craving is we're craving fat, we're craving protein, we're craving the sense of fullness. You might be eating because of anxiety. You might be eating because of habit. I read another thing that said if you aren't hungry enough to eat an apple, you're not hungry. You're just bored. Right? So if you're thinking to yourself, man, I could go for a candy bar, consider an apple. And if you're not hungry enough to eat the apple, then don't have anything right then. But
that's a good way of looking at it.
If you're going to reach for something, one of the best things you can do is have a protein-heavy, fiber-heavy snack. And what I recommend is garbanzo beans, chickpeas, in various forms. You could turn that into hummus. Then you can have hummus with your celery. You've got a little protein and fiber. You could turn that into what we're going to do in the second segment is roasted chickpeas.
Roasted chickpeas.
And it's very easy. You put them in the oven, you roast them, you put a little flavor on them, and that's going to be a fiber, protein-heavy snack. It's still got some calories to it, so you got to watch that. And instead of fat, we're going to add flavor. So, you might reach for sweet cinnamon or spicy garlic or really spicy red peppers.
Very good. So coming up in the second segment, about half an hour, that is exactly what we're going to do.
That's what we're doing.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more of The Morning Show right after this.